cloud.
Is the you know, like your other class, the Rise whatever thing, or are the classes available now on YouTube?
Some of them are. I looked online, and some of the classes are. I think Rise and Search might be.
Okay, what should I search on YouTube?
I feel like a YouTube star, not at all, but I can double check. Give me 1 second.
Amy, nanonood ka dati. I have to. Okay. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'm just checking now to see. I think the answer is yes, but I'll just double check. Subscriptions, fitness center. Okay, so right now there's Allie's Pilates, my Rise and Stretch, my core, Allie's is HIIT. Jared has a couple workouts that are up there also. And then there's some stuff that's up there from like nutrition related things, like one pot meal.
So hold on. I'm not a very technology person here. So on YouTube, what should I search?
So search fitness center. Actually, wouldn't I be able to technically send the link to you guys?
Okay, better then. Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah, I'll do that really quickly before we start.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's Susan Santos.
What?
Oh, you're sending the...
Yeah, because you said you wanted the link, so I was just going to send it to you so you know where it is.
Okay, Susan Santos.
Oh, I was going to send it to just like in the Zoom to everybody.
Oh, okay.
That way you can click it there, and then you can look at it later.
Okay, good.
All right, I'm putting the link in here. I remember. Oh, chat. Okay. So Susan, I guess everyone has it, but this should be the link. So you should be able to go in, and those are all the videos kind of on one page. Or the set, yeah. So yeah, so that's.
Yeah, because sometimes, you know, like I have meetings and I can't, you know, as much as like I block my calendar, people still put meetings in them.
Yeah, I understand. It happens a lot. So yeah, so those things are up there at all times. You can definitely feel free to use them. So yeah, that's where you can find them. Apparently there's also some on IGTV, if anyone's more of an Instagram person. So yeah, there's a couple places where you can access stuff. So all of that aside, let's get started. All right. So we're gonna do a little bit standing and then we'll move down to the mat for most of our ab-tastic 30 minutes. All right, so welcome. As usual, I'm not playing music, so it's not tinny, you can play your own. Let's start, just take a deep breath and bring those arms up. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, take those arms up. Bend the knees. Let's take the arms out and just get a little bit of movement in our shoulders. Roll the shoulders forward. Take it to some arm circles. Make it even bigger. Let's roll our shoulders back. Just get our body awake because we've probably all been sitting and working up to now. So it's good to get moving. Some arm circles. And now let's take the whole arm into the game. Super. Let's take a second and take one arm out, one arm on our thigh, and laterally bend the spine. Think nice and long. Come on up, just awakening those obliques a little bit. Take your hand up. Stretch the other side. Ooh, that feels good. Come on up. Let's take our arms out to a T. We're gonna take a twist from our torso, so my hips are gonna stay facing the front. I'm gonna twist over to the side and get some twisting in the spine. Come on back, other side. Send it back. As you sort of corkscrew, think up and long rather than compressing. To the side, and up, other way, and up. Let's put our hands on our thighs and come into a slight gentle squat. And we're just gonna awaken our abs a little bit with some cat and cow. So you can do this on the mat, but we're just gonna do it standing because we're already standing. But it's the same basic movement. All right. So we're gonna move back down to the mat for the remainder of class, which means I'm gonna magically move this down. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. So I know you can't see the top of me, but we're gonna roll down and then come out to a plank. So think about one part of your back from your cervical spine all the way down to your lumbar. One little vertebrae at a time, rounding. You'll find yourself down here. Let's just take a second here. Feel that stretch in the backs of your legs. And gently walk those hands out. And your abs will say, hello, good afternoon. I always get the angle wrong. And you will be in your, okay, now I'm in the camera. Now you'll be in your plank. Awesome. Let's take one leg out to the side to get a little stretch. Let's send it back. Take the other leg out to the other side to get a stretch. Bring it back. Now we're going to stay in this plank and we're going to bring our knee forward and then take it back. Nice and slow, really controlling with the abs. Really feel that engagement. If you want to kick this up a notch, you can take the leg back and not touch it. You know, take it front to the back to the front and then take it down and switch every other one. Or if that feels like a lot, you can just stay with the basic. If this feels like a lot, you can hold the plank or you can hold a plank on your knees. Totally up to you. Let's do a few more. Really get those abs cooking. Let's do 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Come on down onto your knees. Let's take a quick child's pose. That was a good let's wake ourselves up moment. Nice job. We're gonna do some side plank stuff. We're gonna start with like a modified side plank. Maybe we'll do a big one later. We'll see how much time we have. But to start, we're going to have one hand down and then take one leg up and then the other leg out to the side. So I'll move so you can see the whole knee. Make sure that your shoulder is above your hand and that you're stacking your hips. We're gonna take that leg out. And we're going to bring our knee and our elbow to touch and then send it back out. And then bring it to touch, send it back out. It's not the prettiest exercise, but it does something. It kind of looks like a dog at a fire hydrant, but that's okay. We all need some humor. We're gonna do a few more. Coming into our last 5. 3, 2, and 1. Hold it out to the side. Come on down. We're gonna switch to the other side. Shake it on out. Get ready. Take yourself up on one knee. Hand down to the mat. Leg up. Shoulders, hips stacked. I'm taking my arm out above my head, and we're gonna bring it in again. Hold that core nice and tight. And then we're gonna come onto our backs after we do this, just as a heads up for what's next on the menu. Awesome job. Let's keep going with a few more. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the leg down and let's do a quick stretch before we go into our backs. So send the legs, the feet facing one direction. For me, it's towards the right. Opposite arm up, hand down to the ground, and give yourself a nice long stretch. Send yourself back up. Switcheroo those legs so that you get your feet facing the other direction. Opposite arm is the feet direction. Take those fingers out and stretch nice and long to the other side. Cool. We're gonna come down to our backs, but since this is core class, we're gonna do it as a core exercise. Hooray. So, my knees are a little bent, heels are on, feet are on the floor, arms are out in front of me. This is a good moment to make sure that you're not hunched, shoulders aren't forward, nice tall posture, shoulders down and back. And we're going to slowly lower down to the ground, one vertebrae at a time, until we find ourselves magically, not so magically, but on our backs. And then take those arms above your head for a second, lengthen out your whole body, stretch one side and then the other, and just feel that body lengthen. Awesome. Cool. So take your legs into a tabletop. Check in that you are controlling the curve in your lower back. There might still be a little bit, you don't have to completely neutralize it, but you don't want to be arching your back because that would strain as we move our legs. So think about pressing down with your belly button. And we're gonna do what's become a new favorite. Take our arms up, and we're gonna take our legs out at the same sort of height, and then bring it back. While we do that, we're gonna be taking our arms straight out to the back. So that adds the extra challenge because now you sort of have like your mass more spread out. So you should definitely feel some engagement in those abs. If this feels like a lot, you can always take one arm and just do opposites. That's always an option as well. So either one, whichever floats your boat more. Keep breathing. Make sure that you're taking in oxygen. And keep holding that core nice and steady. The arms really are what does it, so make sure that you're giving yourself, full extension back with your arms. If you don't move them that much, this isn't as hard. You want to make sure that you really take the arms along for the ride. Let's do one more on each side. And then come on down, hug those knees into your chest. Take a breath. And let's send them down. So, next order on the menu, we are going to do our penguin sit-ups. So those are in either tabletop, or if you want to be fancy and you're down for more of a challenge, you can take them to vertical. we're gonna take our chest and lift it up. And then what we're doing is we're moving from side to side as if we were leaning towards the side if we were standing, but it looks like a penguin waddle, while we're still keeping our head and chest up. So this is the movement. Again, you can be here, or if this is all feeling too much, you can also take your legs down. So any iteration from here, here, or here is just peachy. Keep on going. Be the penguin. Love the penguin. Awesome work. Let's do it for 10 more counts. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the legs on down. Let's take a moment and just stretch the arms and legs out in opposite directions. Feel your body lengthen. Should feel nice. Great. Awesome. Let us take a switch and do some more work targeting our obliques. So take one ankle on top of your knee. Opposite hand behind your head. And you're gonna lift up and lateral. So we're lifting up and twisting. You can grab a weight if you want, or you can just use yourself if you don't have anything. And we're just gonna lift up and towards the toe. Make sure that you're lifting both up and adding that rotation so you get your full bang for your buck. Exhale on the way up and inhale as you lower down. Awesome job. We're gonna keep going. Based on what I see out my window, no one is missing anything as far as a nice midday walk. It's super duper cloudy. I forget if it's supposed to rain today, but I feel like it's probably going to, so good to get the workout on inside. Let's do 5 more. 3, 2, and 1. Let's take those legs down, switch to the other side, opposite hand behind your head, and we're gonna we're gonna come up and with a lateral bit of a twist. And again here, make sure that you're breathing, exhale on the way up, inhale as you come down. Keep it going. Make sure you're still pushing yourself to get up and have a twist. We're almost there. We're just gonna do about 6 more. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on down, take a rest. I'm just gonna close the chat window because I realize it might be recording that all class. I don't know how the recording function works. Cool. So take a second, rest down here. We're gonna give our abs a little bit of a break and engage in some glute bridges as just kind of a rest / transition, but an active rest where we do more stuff. So take the legs about hip distance apart. We're gonna rise straight up and down. Think about pushing through your heels to help you come up, like that's sort of the mechanism. And we're gonna rise up and lower. And again, if you have weights, You can add some challenge by sticking them here, or any other items that you might have hanging around. I saw someone on somewhere on social media doing like, I forget, it was like squats or lunges, and they had some ridiculous old book that they had found, and like that was their weight. It was this ginormous tome of a book. It was kind of entertaining to see the innovations and like the random creativity that people are coming up with. So let's gonna keep going. Squeeze those glutes on the way up. Last 10, and then we're gonna pulse. So on our last one, we'll stay up and just pulse down a little bit. This should be 6, 5, 4, 3, woo, feeling it in the glutes. Hopefully you guys are too, as well, 2, and 1. Now we're up to our last one. We're gonna pulse down. And every time we come back up from that little pulse, squeezing in the glutes. Keep it going, you got it. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and we're gonna go fast. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down and relax. You can let the legs splay out for a second into a supine lying down butterfly just for a minute to recover from that moment. That was very, very glute-tastic. Woo! Let's take those legs up and give ourselves a little bit of a stretch. So let's come back to the original side. I think this was the original side. Oh wait, never mind. I'm sorry. My brain is thinking of something completely unrelated. I was thinking of when we were doing this. But anyways, take one leg up regardless. Grab the other thigh. And feel the leg pull towards you, and you'll feel a stretch in your gluteus muscle. Awesome sauce. Feel that nice stretch. Let's switch to the other side. Take the other leg up, grab that thigh, and pull it towards you. All right. We're gonna come back onto our hands for plank stuff, because what more fun of a thing could you be doing than a plank on a Thursday at 1 o'clock or 1 something? We're gonna do one more plank thing, and then we'll come down to our stomachs, and then we'll do a stretch. So, come back to your plank. Make sure that you are out of your shoulders rather than sinking in. Elbows over wrists. Core nice and tight. And we're going to do these spidery things. So we're taking our leg out to the outside of our elbow. If this feels like a lot, you can always drop to a knee and still get a similar effect, as long as you're keeping your hips up. Or feel free to just hold the plank in any iteration as works for you. If anyone feels like their wrists are hurting and you want to take it to our lower plank, you can still do the same thing on a forearm plank. Kind of looks more spidery this way, actually. But let's keep it going. Keep that head in line. Keep breathing. Awesome work. Let's do 10 more each side. You can do it. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We're very, very close. 2, and last one. All right. Take yourself down to your stomach. Conveniently, feels great after doing the plank stuff. And we are going to place our head on our arms. Think about keeping our hips pressed into the mat, hip bones. We're gonna lift the legs up, cross, cross, down. Keeping our head on the mat and just focusing on the engagement of the glutes and hip area. Let's do 2 more. 4 more. Let's do 4 more. Let's live dangerously. I don't know how this is living dangerously, but okay. Take your arms out. We're gonna just isolate the upper body now. So keep those hips and the legs grounded on the floor. Squeeze through your glutes. Hold yourself steady and just lift on up. You can have your arms here, or if you like how it feels having them behind you, either one. Hold it and lower. 1 more. You can keep it here. You can take it to some movement that's more exciting. And lower. And let's do 2 more. Lower. Last one. Gently lower with control. Take those hands right under the shoulder blades. Push yourself back into a child's pose. Take a second to round that spine. Feels really, really nice. All right. So we're on the tail end. Let's kind of stretch things out, slow things down a bit. So we're gonna come to all fours. And we're gonna do a cat and cow. Now we've done a lot of work. You should feel warm, and you should also, like when you're arching, you might feel some stretch in those abs because you did a lot of strengthening work. So we're gonna, at our own pace, arch and around. And find your own groove. Whatever speed feels nice on your body is what the speed is that you should do. Do just a few more. And after your next one, we're gonna find ourselves in a seated butterfly with a decent amount of space between our feet and where our torso begins. We're gonna sit up nice and tall. We're gonna round back and then sit up. Let's do 2 more of those. Last one. And let's do a little bit of a twist to stretch things out, as well as some lateral flexion. So take your arms out. Just take ourselves to like a modified lotus instead. Take those arms out. We're going to twist towards one side. Come back to the center. Twist to the other side. Come back to the center. Let's take it a little deeper this time. Put one hand on your ankle, other hand back. And twist up and back, including your neck, nice and tall. To the center, switcheroo. Feels really good, hopefully. In the center. And let's take our fingertips out to the side, stretch to the side. Make sure the shoulders are aligned and stacked, that you're not finding yourself leaning in or leaning out. Take it just straight to the side. Walk those fingers back up, send it back up. Take the fingers down, same thing on the other side. Lift that hand, walk those fingers out as you stretch laterally. Enjoy the stretch. Ah. Come on up. Take the hands back behind you, clasp those hands together. Feel your chest open as you lift your fingertips slightly. And take those arms up one more time. And then take them down. All right, thank you for coming for our core class. See you all, I guess, next week. Yeah, next week. Take care, everybody.
Thanks, Judy.
Thank you. Bye.
And Susan, before you quit, just make sure you grab that link.
Yeah, thank you, Judy.
Bye, guys. Of
Bye.
course. Bye.
Bye.